In today's video, I have not posted a video in a few weeks now. This is my third week. I've been studying a lot. There's a few things that is affecting me, and why I want to make this video. Of course, this is about the 5G non-ionized radiation world. That's what I call it. Or sometimes I call it the smog world. And this video is actually an advice because it's going to affect the following people. Now, people who the first sign with people who fall asleep after eating, or sometimes people have discomfort after eating. That's actually the first sign, even as a little kid or as a child. Later on, it becomes what is known as EMF sensitivity. And yes, EMF sensitivity going to relate to all the things that I've said or state in this video. Lactose intolerant, people who have large intestines or small intestines problems, which is known to the world as malabsorptions. This will later on develop symptoms or develop things like celiac disease, Crohn's disease, ulcer, colitis, appendicitis, pelvic inflammation disease, peptic ulcers, liver and kidney problems. Because it's all associated to the large and the small intestines, which is very hard to absorb food or filtering food. Now, filtering food would lead to like the liver and the kidney. As we all know, kidney is a filter. Liver is a storage. But because of the malabsorptions and filtering problems, it's going to lead to what is known as vitamins and minerals deficiencies. And because of that, many people going to lead to what is known as leukemia, which is a blood disease. Our body needs to make red blood cells, but when white blood cells takes over because it associates with so many things, it's going to lead to leukemia or many autoimmune diseases, which, oh God, I don't even know how many there are, like 90 something plus, as far as we know. And then, as I always stated, all of these will lead to cancer. And yes, cancer is actually leads to malabsorptions or filtering of vitamins and mineral deficiencies. And furthermore, you're going to see a lot of agitations. You're going to see a lot of anger with people. You're going to see a lot of speed. I talk about speeding with their cars. Because remember, one of my discovery video that I talk about speeding, the people going to speed a lot in the future because the problem is that they have to expel these radiations out of their body, and also will lead to alcoholism, which I've stated it's going to be even more. And here's a funny thing is that this is going to be indirect global warming. It's going to contribute to indirect global warming, and I've seen so many things already. Look around, you will see these. You will see that people behave differently now. People who they agitate it very easily. They get angry easily. They drive around and speed all around because of the thing. It makes them feel good. Alcoholism or alcohol, drinking alcohol, because alcohol actually burns. Yes, alcohol actually burns radiation inside your body. Well, remember, this word is indirect, okay? So you're going to see a lot of these things, and not talking about that. It's talking about is that malabsorptions and filtering. And I've seen a friend of mine, which is a neighbor. You know what he does? He sits in his car all day, almost all day, because it makes him feel good, and he also turn on the AC. He have an AC at home, but it's not like a Faraday cage. So it is a car for him is a Faraday cage. So he sits there and he turn on his AC because he have kidney problems. Yeah, he's waiting for a kidney right now, and he's hurting really bad, and I can see it, and I feel so bad for him. And I myself is facing something that I do not want to face yet. And because of that, this is an advice to you. This is an advice. If you see this video, start taking multivitamins as a precaution. Okay? Start taking, one of those things that once a day, blah, 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 blah. Second, well, it should be the first. Make yourself a Faraday cage. And when you are at home, even if you have to make a full room Faraday cage, make yourself one. When you make yourself one, here's what it does. It protects you. It protects you from the non-ionized radiation world, because we are being bombarded so much that we are no longer able to stay away from them. And for the people who have cell towers around your house, or you can see these little antennas around your streets or whatever, and you can see close neighbors that have Wi-Fi's and stuff. I mean, a cell tower as close as 2,000 feet away will affect this. And yes, you're going to see a lot more videos later with my testing, with my everything else that I am doing. But I took a little break because there's so many things. And another thing too, there's something called calcium channels, which is voltage gated. They call it voltage gated calcium channels, and it affects the way how things work in our body. Like, I'm going to make a short example. Let's say you have a farm. You have a chicken, you have pigs, you have cows, you have whatever, okay? And including plants or vegetations. And imagine it's on automatic. Let's say your vegetable needs water. Well, the time that it needs water, and it has to have the right nutrients. And here's the funny thing is, it doesn't open. Let's say you have an automatic. Your farm is automatic. A farm is like your body. Now, there's time that you have to feed your chicken. There's time that you have to feed your cow. There's time you have to feed your pigs. Your time to feed your sheeps. Whatever you have on there. And these gate, okay, pretend that these gate open and close automatically. And the nutrients that we're supposed to feed to the cow, it's actually going to the chicken. And the nutrients are going to the chicken, it's going to the cow. Or vice versa, instead of going to the cow, it's going to the pig. So pig's going to have to start eating grass instead of corn or whatever that you're feeding. A chicken going to have to eat grass, and the cow going to have to eat chicken feed, which is not going to work. So the same thing as our body. Our body needs vitamins and minerals. But imagine these gates that cannot open and close correctly. Imagine we're going to have malabsorptions or even non-absorptions. And that's why people who have large and small intestine issues, or something's wrong with them, would lead to malabsorptions or deficiencies. And also too, you can't filter them. So you're going to have all of these problems. And because of that, I want to make this short video because there's so many videos coming and I have so much in store that's, oh God, I don't even know how much I have. I've been studying a lot. I've been seeing so many things and all because of this non-ionized radiation. And yes, I will teach you all of those later. Because I took a little break, and also too is I have I accumulate so much, so I'm not gonna make this video, you know, a lot of things. I'm just gonna leave it a black screen that you're going to hear and listen to me, and listen to the advice. And my advice to you is that start taking multivitamins as a precautions. Okay, meaning, you know how those vitamins, that's one a day, men or women or adults or, kids or whatever. Just take them and eat, healthy. And more importantly, you have to make a Faraday cage. If you see this video, you have to make one. Even the Faraday cage that I have before, which I'll leave it in the description, I have to make it even stronger to protect myself. And there is so many things within the last 2 years. I have already developed symptoms already, many that unknown, but I started to figure this out. But this started actually as early as 2019. Mine started in June 2020. By March 2022, not even 2 years, my thing is already amping up. And yes, once again, my Faraday cage saved me. This now I am facing deficiencies. So that's why I want to make this video. I want to make it short, make it simple, and listen to it and start taking this advice. Take this advice and start taking multivitamins so as a precaution. Okay? And also too, you have to invest yourself a Faraday cage. A Faraday cage will help you with these because it separates you from the non-ionized world as you sleep. I will teach you all that later with all the things that scientists and physicists have not even figured it out. One of the videos that I talk about how we use ionized radiation, I will going to teach you all that because ionized radiation is very important. Non-ionized radiation, I stated many times, non-ionized radiation does not do anything except for it's going to harm all of us. Cell phones, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, radio waves, satellite, blah 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 blah. These are non-ionized radiation. And as I stated, and I'll state it one more time, it's going to affect a lot of people, and it's going to lead to malabsorptions and filtering. Filtering, which is your liver and your kidney storage and filtering. And what are they doing? They are supporting us with vitamins and minerals. And that's how it's going to lead to many things like leukemia and autoimmune diseases. And the last stage, as I said many times, we have to learn how to prevent cancer. And believe it or not, if I don't watch out, I will face this problem as well because I am in the city. And city people, you're going to see this. Look outside. Start being aware of this. You're going one more time. You're going to see a lot of people are agitated and anger. Why? Because they're hurting. They are hurting and they don't know what is actually going on. The next is speeding. People who use their car, bike, whatever it is, they're going to speed a lot because remember this, anything over 45 miles per hour, it's going to expel radiation away from their head, so that way they can feel good. The people who don't know that, they're going to observe. The people who don't observe the speed, then they're going to know about alcohol. They're going to stick with alcohol because alcohol actually burn radiation, low radiation. Yep, that's why when you put alcohol into a fire, it burns. Well, it's the same principle, but in a low scale. And that's why when you people drink alcohol, they feel good. It because they expel radiation. But here's the problem. It becomes alcoholism because they don't know what's hurting them. So that's what would lead to. And guess what? It will lead to what I call indirect global warming. Yes, because all of these will contribute as indirect global warming. Okay? So if you see this video one more time, start taking multivitamins. Multivitamins going to be very important to all of us. But also, too, you have to make a Faraday cage so you can protect yourself. Once you make this Faraday cage, you will see how your body behaves. And yes, first time in human history, it's going to help you digest your food. Yes, a Faraday cage will do that. Okay? So, if you see this video, follow this video, and you will see many more videos coming. I will see you in those videos.